Then the Aqua Nor exhibition and conference and everything is actually opened.
Finally.
Yeah, lots of people here in the exhibition area. We will of course meet the winner of the Innovation Award a little later, and we will have both the ministers of fisheries from Norway and UK here in our studio in the middle of the exhibition area. But a young man was doing quite well on the cultural side in the opening, Karen, and I know you have met him.
Yes, I had a very nice chat with artist Adrian Jørgensen this morning, just after breakfast, when the sun was still shining. Now it's raining, but let's see what he had to say this morning.
Perfect.
Kravene til effektivisering tiltar. Goodtech er et teknologiselskap som jobber for å automatisere, digitalisere og robotisere prosessene i industrien.
Innenfor digitalisering så leverer Goodtech alt fra instrumenter, PLS-er, HMI-skadasystemer opp til MES, altså alt fra sensor og helt fram til økonomisystem.
Passion, kunden, lever riktig produkt og riktig tjeneste til rett pris og riktig tid.
Da har vi kommet til Nutrimar på Frøya. Her har vi hatt et samarbeid med Goodtech helt tilbake til bedriften ble stiftet i 2006. Det har gitt oss gode teknologiske løsninger på både små og store prosjekter, som gjør det at vi er en veldig avansert bedrift i dag.
Goodtech sin kompetanse benyttes i de fleste markedssegment. Vår kompetanse favner ifra prosessindustri, olje og gass, kraft og havbruk. Vårt mål er å øke kundens verdiskapning.
I'm so lucky to be sitting here with artist Adrian Jørgensen this morning. He's not only an artist, he's actually also a fish farmer. Welcome, Adrian.
Thank you so much.
And welcome to Trondheim, and especially welcome to Aqua Nor.
Thank you.
How do you feel about being the artist that's going to sing at the opening today?
I'm really looking forward to it. I love to sing and I love this event, so the combination is good. So yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. As I mentioned, he's not only an artist, he's also a fish farmer, but he's a really good artist. You're quite famous.
Thank you. Yeah, maybe.
I know you are. But I'm curious, because how do you manage a career, combining a career as an artist and as a fish farmer?
Yeah, sometimes it's very difficult because you have to be in like two places at the same time. You have to be at work, but you also have to be singing in Oslo. And sometimes I have to drive late at night to get back to work. So it's a little bit stressful sometimes, but I really love it, so it's okay.
Yeah, and how does your company deal with it?
Yeah, Sinkaberg Hansen is very supportive, especially to my career as an artist. And they really love the things that I'm doing and my singing. And when I come back, I always have the job.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
So they are really amazing.
And I'm curious, are any of your songs inspired by the salmon?
Yeah, maybe sometimes I go out on the fishing farm and sing, but I don't sing when my colleagues are around because I'm getting embarrassed. And also one colleague told me that because he had heard me so many times on the radio, and he was like, "Oh, Adrian, I hear you on the radio every day, and I hear your voice every day. I'm getting tired of you." And he was just kidding, but so that's why I don't sing for my colleagues.
Oh, I would love to have you singing at my job every single day. Okay, Adrian, we soon have to leave because it's opening very soon. Good luck today.
Thank you so much.
many digital options for you in Aqua Nor 2021. You can follow us live, Aqua Nor Live. You can follow the Research and Science channel. And you can also go around on our digital exhibition. Yesterday we had the grand opening with the digital conference with people from all over the world discussing how to get more food out from the ocean. You can see all the presentations on the Aqua Nor website, but here is a little report on what happened yesterday.
Welcome to Trondheim, Aqua Nor, and this year's conference.
I still remember that delicious seafood we got.
With me in the panel, I have super competent participants.
Careful, Then I'm finally here with the two ministers of fisheries from the UK, Victoria Prentice, welcome.
Thank you.
And Odd Emil Ingebrigtsen, of course, who is well known to the audience following our Aqua Nor live. Welcome to Norway, and congratulations with a nice speech in the opening.
Well, as I said, it's very exciting to be anywhere other than my own home. But seriously, I am very pleased that my first overseas visit is to Norway.
And of course, there's a long relationship. There's ocean in between us, and I'm sure that you have been discussing how we are going to share that piece of the Atlantic Ocean.
We have discussed that. We've discussed it for the last 18 months over Zoom, but it is much better to meet in person and to have real discussions.
And what are the key issues in the discussion? Is it mackerel?
It's one of them. She's got a good mackerel cap yesterday, but we have a long-standing good relationship with the UK, and we are so happy that you choose to take the time and come here so we could rebuild our new relationship. UK are newly divorced, so we have to build a new relationship with a new coastal state.
It's true that we are finding our confidence as an independent coastal state, and all of our relationships have changed a little bit as a result of that. But actually, we find we have many things to talk about. We've talked about a more environmentally sustainable way of fishing. We've talked about how good fish is as a healthy food for everybody to eat, and how we promote that to all ages in society, not just people who traditionally eat fish. We've talked about the way we can innovate to make aquaculture even better and more productive than it is at the moment, but in a sustainable way. We really have found we have a shared interest in science and research, and we've talked about ways that we can possibly work closely together on that.
Our Minister of Fisheries, Odd Emil, he has very high ambitions on the growth of the aquaculture sector. And when you see here how much it also brings in of other suppliers and other industries, it's really a very important industry in many ways, and also for the communities along the coast. How do you see aquaculture developing in the UK?
It's really important for us too, and as I said in my speech, we really value Norwegian investment in aquaculture. It's always been a big thing in Scotland. We're very much hoping to encourage you to look at other parts of the UK when you look at investing at the moment. I'm really excited to be walking around later and seeing what people are doing. And frankly as well, we want to learn from you where we can and look at your innovation and take back ideas when we go home.
But I'm sure also, Odd Emil, that we have a lot to learn from the UK.
Yes, especially making good fish and chips. That's one of my favorites. And we like to supply some fish also, but UK is a very important trade partner, a very important neighbor for us. And I think on the long term, the coastal states has everything to gain on having an agreement on how to manage our fish stocks.
Yeah, and when it comes to fish processing, I mean, you're really way above what we are experiencing in Norway. We should have more fish processing, but you have an industry there that's admirable.
It employs 18,000 people. We process not just Norwegian fish, we process fish from other places too, including locally caught fish, but we're very, very keen to continue to work with you. You have clients in the UK who are very loyal to your fish, and we like eating it. We are very much promoting fish in the UK as something we want to eat more of. It's good for you, it's healthy, and we find in the pandemic we've learnt a lot about our weight and about what we should be eating in order to combat diseases like this.
But we have something to learn from the processing industry in the UK. They have brand building, processing, making fish available in retail in so many interesting ways.
Yeah,
that's right. It's always something to learn.
but on the personal note, you're actually a farmer's daughter.
Yes, it's very similar to fishing. We always find, well, it's food.
Yes.
And fundamentally, we have to remember that we're all here to produce food which people need and want to eat. And farming as well is very similar. We also have to manage that balance between the environment and between productivity, and it's the same issue, I think, all over the world. So in some ways, being a farmer has been quite a useful background for learning about fisheries. We also, of course, have a product in farming that is perishable, and we have all the same difficulties with exporting and importing that we do in the fishing world.
Yeah, and it's of course healthy animal, sustainable animal is worth more and in the marketplace. Are you bringing the minister to anything interesting on the culinary side during these days?
Yes, we had some very nice halibut last night.
It was delicious. We had a really, really top quality meal. Both with lovely halibut, but also locally grown vegetables and delicious strawberries that are still in season.
Yeah, we have a short season for strawberries, but they are very good. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you have a wonderful stay at Aqua Nor, and that your talks on mackerel or other subjects or the oceans we share in a good tone, and that we hope to see you back here sometime.
Yeah.
And thank you to the Minister of Fisheries from Norway.
Yeah.
We have more again. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, not long ago you witnessed the Innovation Award, and the lucky winner is here, Eldar from SeaRas.
Ja, väldigt bra, helt fantastiskt.
Yeah, we talked earlier. Before this, you knew nothing.
No.
Du visste ingenting?
Nej. Ska vi snakke nå?
Ja, vi kan snakke litt. We're going to do a little bit of this in Norwegian, men du visste ingenting når du kom. Det var 3 veldig gode kandidater.
Ja, kjempelott, og litt forskjellige fra 3 forskjellige land. Så det er jo en fantastisk opplevelse for en gründerbedrift.
Med 7 ansatte?
7 ansatte, ja. Og så klarer vi å løse knekke koden på det å måle H2S i vann.
Hvordan knekker en egentlig den koden?
Ja, det er mye tilfeldigheter, men også planlagt arbeid. Skal vi snakke på engelsk?
Vi kan ta litt på engelsk. We're going to do a little bit in English for you. But what you have actually managed and why you got this prize is that you have managed how to measure for RAS systems, closed water systems, to control the quality of the water.
Yeah, we measure the water, and especially H2S, hydrogen sulfide, is very dangerous. Very dangerous for human beings and for fish.
Yeah.
But the problem in water is that the levels are so low that it's almost impossible to detect properly.
Yeah, and even small levels is dangerous to the fish.
Yes, and it's a question of how long time you are exposed to it. Yeah. And the fish lives in the water the whole life.
Yeah.
So therefore, if you are exposed to a low level the whole life, it affects you, and it might be. Today they have no knowledge on the effect of H2S because they have not been able to measure it properly.
And we both know that there's been actually quite a few incidents, accidents, disasters for people who have trying to reproduce the ocean on land, and they have had problems with hydrogen sulfide.
Yes, and
that's very costly.
Yeah, it's the biggest financial risk in land-based aquaculture at the moment. H2S.
And it's growing. Land-based is growing.
Yeah, so they need to solve this problem, and they need to live with it and handle it and design the systems so that they can avoid it. But first of all, they need to be able to detect it and follow the development and production of H2S in the water.
So you detect it on the way into the RAS system then?
Our system is based of standalone measurement units, which we can locate different places in the water system. And in that way, we can see where and how much H2S is produced locally in the biofilter, in the degassing system, in the fish tank. And you can follow the development, the production, and the rise and the level in the water from second to second. And you can put alarms on it so that if suddenly the level increases above a limit, you get an alarm on your phone or on your system, and you can investigate
So you can actually then, if you have your system, you can be able to prevent the disaster happening.
You can maybe predict it.
Oh, yeah.
And you can do the right thing when it happens. These bombs, H2S bombs, is when suddenly something happens in the system where a big amount of dead organic material is released into the water. But that will kill the fish instantaneously.
It's a very technical but very important step in making aquaculture, especially on land or big smolt production, much more safe. And if I have to ask you also, what do you think is the main reason or the main factors behind your success? The 7 guys, the competence. How did you achieve this?
I think we approach it differently. We are different types of people with different backgrounds, and we are hands-on. And we have worked with product developments the whole life. The reason we developed it was because we were not happy with the measurements in order to document the performance of our water treatment systems. We needed to measure the performance of these systems we developed. And we couldn't do that properly, so thereby rented sensors. So therefore we started developing our own sensors. And we use the technology we are using in other water treatment products we have. So it's a combination. And it's fascinating. We produce everything ourselves. And on Thursday, I will present some data on the technical conference here.
Yeah, on the Research and Science channel.
Yes.
So then you can learn more from what SeaRas has achieved. And it must be fun for a startup company. You get 100,000 Norwegian gold kroner.
Oh, is it gold?
Yeah, I think so. Norwegian currency is strong, you know. But more important is that everyone now knows about SeaRas and where to go for the very, very important measurement of water.
Yeah, and I must say thank you to the team. It's 7 of us.
Yeah.
So
thank you to the team, and thank you very much, Eldar.
Yeah,
I really hope this will boost your company.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Thank you.
Thank you.